everyone, this is Faiza. Here's our first session of how to get 9 in IELTS listening test. This course is actually designed to give you a full picture of IELTS listening test. So first we will have an introduction of the test and what you should expect in different parts. And then in upcoming videos, I will walk you through all sections in detail. We will learn about the topics that are mostly discussed in each section, the question types, most common mistakes that we may make, and also how the question makers are trying to trick us. So I'm going to give you a quick overview right now. The listening test in both IELTS General Training and Academic is completely the same. There's no difference. There are 40 questions in total that you need to answer in almost 45 minutes. And usually in the end, you will be given 10 minutes to review all your answers before you move to the next part, which is the reading part. And there are 4 sections in IELTS listening, as you can see here. We'll go over each in details later, but right now, let's just get to know them a bit better. In section 1, you will be answering questions 1 to 10. What you hear in this section is always a conversation between 2 people, and it is often over the phone. The topic is usually related to everyday life, like inquiring about a service, requesting more information on something, or maybe filling out an application. For example, Jack might call a hotel to book a room, contact a travel agency to ask about different trips they offer, or even receive a call about a job application offering him an interview. So the content is completely everyday life. Okay, moving to section 2. Here you will need to answer questions 11 to 20. In this part, you will always hear an informative monologue. I mean, one person is speaking and giving explanation about a special event, a place, sometimes even a famous person. And compared to section 1, this part is usually more detailed, but the topic is still related to everyday life, and the content is not academic at all. Okay, now let's go to section 3, which I personally think can be tough sometimes. Here you will have 2 or even sometimes 3 people discussing about an academic subject. I know completely how it sounds. 2 or 3 people, academic subject, I know. But the reality is that it is not really as bad as it sounds. It is scary, I know, but there are tips and tricks, some strategies that teach you when you should listen to which person and look for what exactly, so no worries at all. We will discuss it thoroughly in upcoming videos. But just to give you an idea of this part, here you should answer questions 21 to 30, and the conversation you hear is usually between students and sometimes a tutor regarding a kind of research, assignment, or maybe sometimes a project. And last but not least, section 4, which includes questions 31 to 40. Here you can actually breathe a little easier, I promise. You will usually get nothing but fill in the blank questions, so it's not that hard. So if you stay focused, you can finish this section with confidence. Section 4 is always a monologue, like section 2, meaning only one person is speaking. Usually they are giving explanations about a scientific discovery or describing a specific species. And I know that you might feel like this section has a lot of technical terms that you need to learn, and while this is not completely wrong, you need to keep in mind that you don't actually need to know all the terminology to answer the questions. It is good to be familiar with them. Yep, that's correct, but it is not 100% necessary. So yeah, that's our overview of the IELTS listening test so far. Hopefully this gave you a clear picture of what to expect at least. If you had any questions or concerns, feel free to leave a comment. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And of course, stay tuned. In the upcoming videos, we will dive into details of each section, so don't worry to subscribe. See you next time.